I want to be completely transparent and raw in this video. Like, I want to talk about everything that's been going on with. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Yulisa. I am a notary signing agent and a business owner, and I do give tips on how to run your notary business, start your side hustle. So if you're interested, please hit the subscribe button. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, well, you know by the title, we're going to be talking about quitting the notary business. It's a very hot topic right now, very trendy conversation, and we're all having a conversation about it. So let's dive into it. I want to be completely transparent and raw in this video. Like, I want to talk about everything that's been going on with me, the business, everything. So we're going to sit down, take your tea, coffee, and we're just gonna have a conversation. This topic is a lot. There's a lot that I just want to say about it. So in the past couple of months, and I have a video like similar to this before, talking about like the current market and like different side hustles that you should consider, and you should consider different streams of income, because one source of income isn't going to cut it anymore with this economy. You need to have multiple streams of income, and that's the goal with me. I want to have at least 10 streams of income next year, and I want my notary business to not be my main source of income anymore. So that is a goal that I have, that I know. However, let's first talk about quitting the business. Have I thought about quitting the business? I haven't thought about quitting the business, like completely not doing it anymore. For sure, no. But I've thought about focusing primarily on something else and leaving my notary business as a side hustle. I've been thinking about doing that because November was a very, very slow month. November, I had 20 signings in November, which is extremely slow. And so for most of those days, I wasn't taking any signings, or I was just taking one signing, a 30-minute signing, and then I didn't have much to do. So November was hard. It was for sure hard. But I've remained very positive, and I think that is like the key to obviously running your business, because you don't want to complain about stuff. You don't want to focus too much on your problems, because everything is temporarily and everything passes. And I try to be thankful for all the little things, and like not worry or really even focus on the bad things. And I know sometimes it's hard because we tend to stress about things, especially if you're an anxious person like me. You think about the future and you worry about what's gonna happen next week or next month. And so doing that, like staying positive in this time, has really helped me, and has really like helped me stay grounded and calm, and like really see like what works, what doesn't, what am I gonna do, like take an action plan, like make an action plan for sure. December has picked up tremendously because it's only December 9th and I'm at 20 signings now. So do you see the difference between like November being 20 signings completely November, and December has only been like a week and a half, not even a week and a half, and we're at 20 signings. So December is looking way better. So we're trying to make up for the losses in November, because we were in negatives that month for sure. I obviously have an action plan. I know that I can't be in negatives more than 3 months, because then we'll have a problem and we'll have to find, a job. So another thing that I think about, and if it happens, it happens. I'm like, what is the worst thing that can happen? Well, the worst thing that can happen is I don't make enough money and I end up getting a remote 9-to-5 job. That's the worst thing that can happen. Like, if I can't make my bills, then I'm gonna find a job and find a way to make money, But Thankfully, it's still been only like one bad month. And December's looking way better, but I have considered like doing something like remotely, like maybe like a virtual assistant type of thing to like I've seen a couple of those positions, a virtual or executive assistant for like a CEO of a company. That would be pretty cool. And most of them are like work on your own schedule. So I have actually been looking at some additional things that I can do on the side remotely from like my office, but still bring in revenue so that I can let my business grow. I want 2023 to be the year with where most of my income for the business stays in the business, because I want my business to grow. And that's a long-term goal that I have in my mind, because I have like things that I want to do. But in that leads me to another point. It's so important to be organized and set yourself goals, reminders, long-term goals, short-term goals. Like, where do I want to be? What am I trying to get out of this business? What am I trying to become? Who am I trying to become? Is my ultimate goal here? You can't just jump into the business and not have a clear understanding of what is it that you want from the business, because then you'll always feel like you're never getting anywhere. You have to understand that you have to set goals. So if, for example, you're getting into the business to just have it as a side hustle and you want to make an additional $2,000 a month, then by all means, that is your goal. Now you know that you have to make $2,000 a month. We'll divide it between 4 weeks. You have to make at least $500 a week. We'll divide that between, I do an average of $100 because I make between $75 to $175 per signing. It depends on what it is and who it's coming from. But you want to, let's divide it between 100, which is my average, is 5 signings a week. Now you know that you need 5 signings. You need 1 signing a day for 5 days to complete this goal. So once you have set goals, it's easier for you to accomplish the things that you want than rather you going into it completely blanked out, not being organized, not understanding like where you want to go. And for sure, that is like something that if you haven't thought of yet, you want to sit down and have that conversation with yourself. Like, what am I trying to get out of this business? Do I want it to be my full-time business? Do I want to be a full-on entrepreneur and do this as a career and a living? Or do I want this to be just one of my income streams, a side hustle? What do I want from this business? So that is like the very first thing that you need to step back, take a look at everything and set yourself some goals. Like, you will never succeed if you don't write down your goals. You want to write down your goals and see what's going on, what's happening, what needs to happen, and how you can take action to reach those goals. And it's honestly really obviously inspiring. I have like my notebook from last year where I used to write every single month. I wrote in like the goals for my social medias and my income and revenue and clients, and going back and seeing all like how I started, like 0 clients is 0 anything, guys. Like, we all start from the ground up and we built this business, and like seeing how every month my goals like grew and I actually met my goals and sometimes exceeded my goals is just insane to see. So it's obviously very inspiring to go back and see, especially when you are in this like rough patches and you have this to look back at and like remember why you're doing this, how you started, where it's leading you, and this is just part of it. Like, there's always going to be these ups and downs in business. And for sure, you always want to take rational, calm decisions. You don't want to take decisions when you're in a really bad situation or stress point in your life. However, I have been seeing a lot of notary friends, a lot of notaries definitely quitting the business or just going back to part-time. My signing service, before it was like I called a notary, he was ready to take my signing, and now I have to call at least 4 to 6 notaries before I can assign the signing, because they're not available anymore because they have a 9 to 5. And so that's something that I've been seeing going on, definitely a lot of notaries are getting a 9 to 5, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Do not get me wrong, because we have to pay our bills. And if for a couple months we have to go back to a 9 to 5, then so be it. It's what it is. We're all in this wave together. We all have to just stay strong. I just want you to understand and take from this video that only you know what's best for you, whether that is getting a 9 to 5 or sticking it through one more month. We'll see how it goes, or like only you can know that. Only you can have a conversation with yourself, but it's really important that you're organized so you can see, okay, the money that's coming in, the money that's going out, are we in the greens? Are we in the reds? Is this going to work? How long has this been going on? How long more can this be going on for? So it's very important to be organized and have that like structure, like know what is that your business is going through. With that being said, would I quit the notary business? I would not. I would definitely not, because I don't know of another side hustle that can make me between $75 to $175 for a single appointment. I do not know. And even though work has been slow and there's not as many signings, when I do get a signing, I think about it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna go make $175 in 45 minutes. Like where or doing what else can I do that? And so that like really motivates me, and I make sure I am extremely grateful for every single signing that I get. And that's something that I've really been very intentional about, because it's not easy. We human beings tend to look at the negative side instead of the positive side most of the time, and like the what if, instead of really focusing on what's right in front of us and, being grateful. And that's something you have to be intentional about. You don't just wake up and you're positive. Trust me. I am the type of person that I do wake up sometimes pretty moody. And I just sit there in my bed and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Why did I wake up moody? What's going on? And so I try to pick, okay, Yulisa, we're going to restart this day. Think about 5 things that you're grateful right off the bat. I woke up this morning. I am healthy. I can breathe and walk and eat and do normal things that are sometimes overlooked. I was warm at night. Like, you have to be intentional about being positive. And being positive is going to really help you as a person, but your business. Because imagine like a positive person walking into every office like, hi, how are you? Like, I don't know, like just your light is going to shine, and people are going to notice that, and people are going to want to like be around you. People are going to want to call you for a signing. Like, that person, I love him or her, because they're just so positive and like full of light, instead of someone that like goes through life like seeing the negative on things. And I know sometimes it's on not all rainbows and butterflies, and sometimes we're depressed, we are grieving, we have pain, we have problems, we have stress. It's normal. We're all human beings and it's part of it, but we have to try our best to really be as positive as we can, especially when you're trying to market and advertise and really grow a social media presence, or however you're advertising. You just really want to be positive, because that's how you're going to attract more people. People will not be attracted to you if you're always in the negatives. People are attracted to you if you are honest and raw, and you tell them, I'm also going through the same thing. We're all going through the same thing, but we're going to get through this. Like, it's going to be fine. Like, being inspirational, but obviously something that they can see themselves as too. Do I think it's a great time to start this business? For sure. I think this is a better time than it's ever been to start the business, because, like I said, a lot of people are quitting the business, and so it leaves a lot of gaps. Don't get me wrong. Escrow officers, at least what I've seen, are starting to take their own signings. I had an amazing client. She was like my number one client when it came to the load of work she gave me, and she started taking her own signings, just to save like their clients money and like the title company money. And so it was just one of those things where it like hit me. I'm like, whoa, that was that was like half of my income right there. So, and it's gonna happen again. I lost some of my clients because they were laid off because of lack of work. And so there's been different things going on, not only to us, but in general, like realtors and lenders and escrow officers, title companies, we're all feeling it. We're all feeling the economy and the current market and the current state. We're all in it together. And that's something that we have to like remind ourselves that we're not doing this by ourselves. And by all means, like talk to your realtor friends, talk to your lenders. It like really is encouraging because some of them have been in this for way too long. So they've gone through similar things that we're going through right now. And so they'll tell you about it, they'll talk about it, which is honestly like so inspiring. And so like it gives you hope to hear that, you know, this isn't the first time and it's not going to be the last time it happens. If you're interested in getting into the business, this is for sure a great time for you to take it slow, signing by signing, create those foundations, those clients. So when the time comes and it picks up a lot again, you know, you're ready, full on ready, and you can probably go full time. Right now, the best thing to do is start it as a side hustle. You want to make sure that you educate yourselves. I don't know if you follow me on TikTok, but there was this really bad scenario, and I'm gonna do a video on like the worst mistakes I've seen notaries make or I've made. That'll be sometime next week too. But there was this really bad scenario with 2 different transactions, 2 different notaries, and it was a disaster, and it was so sad to see. And so I just kind of went on TikTok and I talked about it, and I just encourage everyone who is a notary signing agent, if you haven't taken a course, to take a course and really know what you're doing, because if you don't, you can cost people's homes and assets and money and lives. So for sure, you don't want to be part of that. You don't want to do that. But if you don't follow me on TikTok, that is where I'm the most active, and I post a lot about my notary business, my day-to-day life. And then I also have an Instagram, but that I have a lot of realtors and lenders and escrow officers, so I kind of refrain on more of like business and like less so notary, just because, well, they're not interested in knowing like, I don't know, random notary things. But I do post on both of them. I'm pretty active on both of them. The reasons why I'm seeing notaries quit the business is because they got into the business thinking like it's a get rich quick scenario, and it's not. It is not. When it was super busy and like we were in the middle of 2020 and everybody needed a notary, it was crazy busy. I remember getting my commission, becoming a signing agent, setting up a profile on the NNA in August 2020. That same week, I probably got 10 notification emails from different signing services with work. And back then, I didn't even know how it worked. So I'm like, who is emailing me? Why are they emailing me? Until like the 10th notification, I'm like, wait a minute, this is like work. And so that's how crazy busy it was. Like I hadn't even like signed up to any signing service. I was like getting all these random calls, and it was just crazy. It was wildly crazy, and it's not like that right now at all. Like it's not. You have to now put in the work and go out there, but it's gonna eliminate a lot of signing agents that just got in the business for the money. You have to be in the business. I know we all want to make money and we all have bills to pay, but you have to be in the business for a reason. Like it has to align with your purpose. Like either it is helping people, helping your family, but you have to love what you do. Whatever it is that you pick and choose to do, you have to love what you do. And I honestly really love being a notary. The excitement in people's faces. I had a signing earlier today. There were buyers, young couple moving from California to Arizona, and they were just super excited. She was so excited, so thankful. At the end of the signing, I'm like, do you want to take a picture? She's like, yes, please, can we take a picture? I used the key. We took a picture. She was so excited. I also signed an older lady and her son. They were buying a property. Turns out the property used to be the lady's father's property, and it got sold, and now it's back in the family's possession. And she was crying happy tears. And it's beautiful to see. And some of them are hard, especially the sellers. Sellers are obviously attached to their homes. We all created memories in these homes, and sometimes it's hard. I've cried with some of my sellers, but I love what I do. I wouldn't change what I do. I know that I never really want to stop being a notary signing agent because I love helping people. I love showing people that you can be a homeowner. You don't have to wait till you're 30 or 40 or 50 years old to buy a home, and you don't have to feel like you can't buy a home because you're 85 years old either. Like, I want people to know that it doesn't matter your age, as long as you feel ready and stable, go on and purchase your dream home and start. And some people really just want a home that is theirs. For sure, I love what I do, hands down I do. And so anyways, just I want you guys to be inspired, but also know that we're all going through the same things, that we're all questioning, like, is this something I still want to do in the long run? Is it even going to be a thing? Because like I said, I've seen a lot of escrow officers kind of not use notaries as much. We were kind of that thing that title companies started using because they had no other option back in 2020. And just the way that we're getting pushed out of the industry is for sure a little discouraging. But then I'm like, no. Like, if we're not going to allow ourselves to get pushed out of the business. We're going to work hard, show you why you need a notary signing agent and what we can do for you and how we can help you, and hopefully work with them. I hope this video was inspiring. I hope it was motivation that you were looking for. If you're still undecided if you want to keep the business going, if you are thinking of quitting it altogether, or if you don't know if you should even start this business, I hope it kind of clears your mind. Remember to always set your goals, be organized, know what you want from the business, what you want to do, and love what you do. That is the most important thing. Love what you do. Don't forget your why, the reason why you do the things that you do, why you work so hard. But yeah, I hope this video was inspirational, guys. Much love. God bless, and have a happy holiday season. Bye.